like to talk for around 1 to 2 minutes, okay? And then don't worry, I'll stop you. You may start speaking now.
So I once bought. I'm going to talk about something that an item that I was really pleasant about in buying. So it was actually a watch. I often buy watches, but it hasn't really been that expensive until this one time. My mom was buying a watch, and then I thought to myself, "Hey, that's a nice watch." I saw a watch, and it was a really nice watch. And I used to get like pocket money, and it was quite a bit. So I was able to afford a watch. So this was worth about a month or 2 months of my savings. But at first my mom warned me, "Are you sure you want to buy a watch?" Because I often buy watches, but I never end up using them for a long time. So then I was like, yeah, I'll wear this. So I bought the watch, and then not even in a week, all of a sudden I just stopped wearing it. My mom asked me, "Why you stop wearing it?" And it's the same reason every time I wear watches. It's just annoying. I really don't like how it feels on my wrist. So then my mom ended up telling me, "I told you so." So yeah, I was like, yeah, okay. I ended up just giving it to my mom because my mom loves watches. Until now, she still wears them daily. She kept on telling me that's a waste of money. And I agree. I really regret that time I bought that watch because it was actually nice when you first see it, but as time goes on, it just looks really basic. So I regret buying it, especially the fact that I don't enjoy wearing watches makes me even regret it more because why did I think buying a watch this time would be a good idea? And the worst part is I use my own money. So as I said, I get pocket money and I usually spend it on something else. So like shoes, although that isn't really much of a better purchase, I would say it's something that I would have really enjoyed spending it more on.
Do you usually enjoy shopping?
I don't shop often, but I've heard people say that I'm a heavy spender once I spend. So I spend a lot in one go, but I don't spend on a high frequency.
Okay. Alright, now let's proceed to part 3. We've talked about something you bought that you were not happy with. Now let's consider the kinds of products people buy in your country. Okay? Are there more goods available in the shops now than in the past?
I haven't really seen the difference, but I think there hasn't been more, but it has been keeping up with the trend. So a lot of more products, especially clothing, I'd say, is more globalized now. So we follow trends from all over the world, so from the Western, from everywhere we follow the trend.
Okay. Do people generally prefer to buy products from their own or from other countries?
Depends, honestly. A lot of more able people or well-off people, they usually wait until they travel overseas to shop because they think it's better to buy there. It's cheaper, you get tax refund and stuff. But I honestly don't really have a preference. But I usually buy stuff when I'm overseas because my mom prefers it that way too.
Okay. What kinds of products then are most affected by fashions from other countries?
Clothing, every types of clothing. So shoes in general. 5 years ago in Indonesia, people weren't really worrying much about sneakers. Now all they think about is Air Jordans, Nike Air, blah blah blah, stuff like that. It really gets influenced from the Western ways of wearing stuff.
Okay. Will overseas trends have more or less impact on what people buy in the future?
I think more because a lot more people are using social media. And social media has had a rapid increase along the years, and I think it will just keep on developing. So as people wear and make popular trends, a lot of people in the country would get influenced and would want to follow what they're doing.
Okay. Now let's think about protecting consumers. What kind of techniques do advertisers use to persuade people to buy more?
I think a lot of it is by giving it more special effects and giving it false usability. So they might advertise as an item of doing something that they couldn't actually do in real life. Or we could say probably food. Food always looks more intriguing in pictures. But when you buy them, they're just, a burger might look this big, but when you buy them in real life, they're actually this tiny. So I think people should be smart when thinking if they should buy a certain item based on advertisements.
Okay. Who do you think should be responsible for the quality of the products, like the producers, the stores, or the consumers?
I think both, because producers make the product, but when they are open to suggestions from the consumers, I think that would really improve the quality of the general product they're selling. Because when you match your product with what your consumer enjoys or prefers, that would really up the sales of that certain company.
Alright. Now let's come to the last question. How do the governments protect the rights of the consumers?
Sorry, in rights, what do you mean?
The rights in which they buy things, what they can claim for stuff.
I think everyone deserves to buy what they want to buy, honestly. Because at the end of the day, it's up to them what they want to purchase or stuff. But when people should be smart, because it's going to be them who gets the disadvantage or the fault when they purchase a certain item that could be negative. I think the government doesn't have the rights to limit the consumers of buying certain items.